Welcome back to the Marking Properties YouTube channel, where we talk all things property market with hints and tips and so much more. Today is going to be a super interesting video for home buyers and first-time buyers particularly, because we're going to be running through the whole sale process from start to finish, so everything that you can expect when buying a home. So if you're ready, let's get to it. So it's a notoriously known fact that buying your first home or any home is one of the most stressful undertakings you are likely to face in life. Obviously, given the current circumstances of the corona pandemic, it has added so much more complication into the mix. Current research also tells us that right now, a home buying process in England, Wales and Ireland is taking around 320 days to complete. Now, just to put that in a little bit of context, that is just shy of 12 months. It's a very, very long time for a sale process, and something that would normally last you around 6 to 12 weeks is now taking almost a year to complete. Apart from the issues with the current pandemic and the property market, a typical timeline for a property purchase in England, Wales and Northern Ireland will vary. This will be dependent upon the buyer and seller's circumstances, plus conveyancing issues can arise and cause lengthy delays. Stamp duty holiday schemes in England, Wales and Northern Ireland have also caused massive delays, and solicitors have found themselves with huge delays of buyers looking to benefit from the incentive and the massive financial saving. So the first step when it comes to shopping for a home is to get your agreement in principle. Now what this is where you approach a lender or your chosen lender, and if you are wondering about how to secure a mortgage, this is something that we have done a recent video on. I will put a card on the screen, you can go and check that out after this video. But the important thing to do at first is to get an agreement in principle, and the reason is that many estate agents will not even let you view a property, especially in the pandemic, unless they know that you're a serious buyer. For those that don't know, an AIP is basically a rundown of what the lender is prepared to lend you based on their initial checks, your financial circumstances and your expenditure. So they run what is known as a soft credit search just to make sure that there is nothing initial that they will find that will prevent you from getting a mortgage. Once you have this, you'll know the kind of a roundabout figure that you're playing with when it comes to the houses that you can shop for. Then it's time to get online or check the papers, check pamphlets and find your dream property. I'm recommending that you research the area, scour estate agents and search websites. Check them often if you're keen, several times a day in fact, as properties will be uploaded frequently and at different times. Once you've found your dream property, it's then time to book a visit, and several if necessary. This is an opportunity for you to ask the seller or their estate agent any questions that you have on the area, any questions on the property itself or its history. We would recommend at least 2 to 3 visits just to make sure that everything feels right for you. Once you've determined it is right for you, it's time to put in an offer. Tell the seller what you're willing to pay or any conditions you have. Once you've had your offer accepted, it is time for a mini celebration, but hold your horses because lots can go wrong on the way to completion. So celebrate, but not too much. Hopefully at this point, the seller and their team will mark the property as sold subject to contract. If they haven't, request for them to do so. This will deter others from getting in touch to inquire. This is not always the case, but some buyers will try their luck at gazumping. If you haven't heard about gazumping before, it is something that we're going to be making a video on, but just in a nutshell, it's when another buyer comes along and makes an additional offer, which the seller goes on to accept regardless of the fact that they've already accepted your offer. Now it's crucial to have a survey arranged to get the property's condition inspected. Your solicitor will also check and make any legal inquiries. Once a survey is complete and all legal checks and inquiries have been responded to, the lender will process a full mortgage application. The timescale of this will vary from lender to lender. I know in some circumstances it is taken as little as 48 hours and in other circumstances as much as 2 weeks. It really does depend, and of course with the backlog at the moment, there's going to be lengthy delays. But make sure you play your part to make it easier by responding to any questions they have, preparing financial documents and responding to any correspondence. Once your mortgage is approved, you can be confident that you have the financial backing to go on to make your purchase. The next step is known as the exchange of contracts. So this is time to get a little bit excited. Things still can go wrong, but not without serious financial consequences for the party who has broken the agreement. So this is a huge milestone, as it's time to release your deposit funds to your solicitor so they can forward them on to your seller's solicitor. Depending on your arrangements, it can be done on the same day or it can take days later, but then comes the completion process, and this is the time for you to get excited because you now legally own the property and it's time to start paying your mortgage. Boo! But honestly, it's a very, very straightforward process. Once you get to exchange time, it's very rare that anything will go wrong. But as I've said, getting to this point can be quite challenging and cause a lot of anxieties. Completion date typically means that the mortgage company will release the rest of the money in exchange for the keys and deeds. And then from there, all there is left is for you to move in and start making it your own. If you want to skip the hassle of this kind of delay and the costs involved with selling a house, such as solicitor's costs, estate agency costs, and any other costs involved, then you can sell to a professional cash buyer like us at Mark King Properties. We will give you a fair and fast cash offer, and we can complete in a time frame that suits you, even in as little as 7 working days. So do get in touch if you have a property to sell and you're in South Wales, and also get in touch if you have any questions for Mark. If you're currently in the process of buying your home, particularly if it's your first home, good luck. We're sending you all the good vibes, and we'll see you in our next video.